And finally tonight, when a care home displayed World War II memorabilia to mark Armistice Day, it had no idea how it would bring back such vivid memories for one resident. One of the items was an army truck, which turned out to be exactly the kind which had been driven by 97-year-old Joan Johnson when she was a teenager. Ian Woods takes up the story.
Joan Johnson's eyesight may be fading, but when a visitor from the past was brought to her care home, she recognised it immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Because I drove them day after day.
Oh.
And then we drove them down to the coast and parked them there. And then they were camouflaged, ready for D-Day.
80 years ago, Joan was one of the many volunteers in the Auxiliary Territorial Service.
Of all the many jobs undertaken by the ATS, none is more important than their transport work, because these girls release men for the harder duties.
They were heavy to drive because they had no power steering and the brake was pretty awful.
Tell me what it was like when you saw the truck for the first time.
Well, it was very emotional and it brought back lots of memories. They came flooding into my head.
The truck is part of a collection of military memorabilia owned by the husband of one of her carers. But the staff had no idea about Joan's wartime role when they decided to mark Remembrance Sunday.
After the war, we wanted to forget it, and we just didn't want to talk about it because we were glad it was over. But now when it comes to Remembrance Day, we do talk about it, and it's good that we do. We were so glad to do something useful.
Yeah.
We felt we were doing something to help the war effort.
The ATS, who are doing a real tough job, deserve the gratitude of the nation.
The truck can still be driven, though sadly not by Joan. But she's never forgotten her training when she was just 18. Ian Woods, ITV News.